Okay. So for this guy, the first thing that I look at, I know that negative exponents flip to the other side of the fraction. However, there's this stupid minus sign that's connecting these two things, and that's blocking me from being able to flip this. So I know a lot of you guys, your first intuition was probably to like take this guy and move it down, but you can't do that because of the subtraction sign. So then this guy, though, doesn't have a subtraction sign, and it does have a negative exponent, so I can bring it up to the top and make it a positive x to the half. So this guy is going up here in front. And then I have x to the half minus 2x to the negative half. And frankly, right now, the easiest thing that you can do on this one is use the distributive property. So if I do x to the half times x to the half, a half plus a half is x to the first, or just x. And here, when I do x to the half times negative 2x to the negative a half, I get a negative 2. When I do x to the half times x to the negative half, I add those exponents. A half plus a negative half is 0. So I technically get x to the 0, but anything to the 0 power is 1, and so I'm just left with x minus 2. Okay. So you have to be careful of the negative exponent on top because of that subtraction sign, but once you avoid that landmine, it's not such a terrible problem. Okay. Another one that's like it, but just a little bit different, right? Looking similar. We've got some half powers here. This guy, there's no denominator to bring up or down. And so this turns into a problem, frankly, where you guys need to factor. Now let's think about factoring. And maybe we want to use U substitution, maybe we don't. Okay. When I factor, I always have to take out the lowest power. You guys know, for instance, that if I had x cubed minus 2x squared, you would take out the x squared, right? And when you take out the lowest power, how do you figure out the power of the things left inside? Like, how do you know this is going to be an x to the first inside? You subtract. So the things to remember is you take the lowest power out, and you subtract the exponents. Those are the things you have to keep in mind. We're taking the smallest power out and we're subtracting. So when I take the smallest power out, the smallest power is the negative half power. So I would pull that out and say x squared plus 2 to the negative half power. Once I pull it out, I'm subtracting the exponents. A half minus a negative half makes a whole. You're doing 1/2 minus a negative half. A minus a negative is adding, right? So then this is just going to be x squared plus 2 to the first power minus x squared. I no longer need parentheses here, so I have x squared plus 2 to the negative half power times x squared plus 2 minus x squared. The x squareds cancel, and I'm just left with a 2. Okay. The negative half power flips it to the bottom, and so I have a 2 on top and an x squared plus 2 to the half power on bottom. Now, was that the answer on the answer key? Can you guys double check, or did I rationalize this? This is day 2. Can you guys take a look at your day 2 answer key that I gave you? The reason I'm wondering if I should go farther, I can't remember on the answer key if I left it here or if I said, well, the half power is a square root.
You left it like that.
I left it. Because technically having square roots on the bottom is bad, and so you should probably rationalize. Right? Technically, I probably should have said 2 times the square root of x squared plus 2 over x squared plus 2. But if I left it like this, that's fine. Okay. There's one video.